I remember when this place was all... This trash can is...
There she is.
Everyone sang so wonderfully. It's not often that
Oh, I can't thank you enough, Robin. Well, these kids have made incredible...
It was nothing, Grace. I merely taught them how to sing. It was... Life must be quite...
That's right.
Whenever it's time to say goodbye to these kids, they're reluctant to leave.
It seems you truly are a child. Emma and Andy are orphans I took under my wing. Carol there, with her blind eyes, used to work at a nutrition center. If we compare people to birds, these kids, and me, an old lady with no legs. Well, without...
I'm glad that you found a new life here in Peniconia. It's just...
Don't worry, Robin. Dreams have their significance, but they aren't everything. Both the children and I understand this. No matter how much, you know what? Emma and Gary aren't plagued by their insecurities anymore. No. And Carol is learning. You see, in dreams, we learn how to live.
And should our feathers be damaged, then we share our wings with one another. There's no need to covet an illusory sky in dreams. Because we have the right...
It's a relief to see you safe and sound, Miss Robin.
It's nice to see you all again, Astral Express crew. I heard my disappearance caused quite the commotion out.
Since you're here, can we assume that you're fully awake?
Ever since I returned to Peniconia, my voice started to change, until it gradually faded away. At first, I thought it was a temporary ailment, perhaps due to having been awake, but now it seems the root of the problem goes way beyond me. There are elements around me that don't align with the harm.
The sweet dreams collapse. That memo keeper mentioned the same.
While I was away from Peniconia, the boundaries of the 12 dreamscapes kept expanding outward. But whenever I mentioned the announcement later, I discovered the secret letters from the IPC ambassador, which further convinced me that there are hidden the land of the exiles, concealed by the family under the guise of death.
Hearing you speak, it sounds as if your voice is made somewhat...
I hate to admit it, but the harmony in this place resonates more broad. It's regrettable, but the family has experienced betrayal. The traitor, or traitors, abandoned their original principles and using the... This is not the strong defending the weak, but rather the strong exploiting the weak. A world without equality won't ever be favored by the harmony.
Could there be another force influencing the family's shift in philosophy, Miss Robin? Considering what happened with Acheron, it's difficult to conceive of another entity within the realm of the harmony capable of...
I'd heard about what happened to the Xianzhou Alliance. But as far as I'm aware, regardless, I cannot accept my home is moving towards the very opposite of what the harmony represents. I must uncover the reason why Mikhail cut ties with the family, and who exactly it was who betrayed us all. Do you remember our arrangement, Mr. Mike? I've decided to forgo my role, and never step foot on the Charmony Festival stage again.
Look here, brother. A little bird.
Looks like but Charmony doves don't live here. So
It looks weak and frail. Why don't we find something soft?
this place is too dangerous for a fledgling. Let's take it with us. We can put it on the wooden shelf in front of your window.
Okay. A bird like that must...
I'll ask the family.
A cage?
Let's see. What is it that has captured the attention? Oh, poor little thing.
I do.
Why?
Even if it's small and not fully feathered, and can't sing, it didn't come into this world just to be locked up in it. Birds. They should be flying free in the sky.
That's quite the romantic idea. And what
I think she's right. But if we leave it out in the wild, it...
Ah, I see. It seems our little scholar is still a bit... As you probably know, Charmony doves can fly through the air. We've seen this spectacle so many times that we think it's just something they can naturally do. But that's... Their ancestors were too weak to survive on the ground. So, to escape predators, they started seeking new opportunities in the air. After countless attempts by many generations, one of them finally figured out how to fly.
So, you mean... birds aren't born to...
Well, that's an idealistic way of putting it.
I think people believe birds are meant to fly because they've never seen those birds crashing to...
That's an interesting perspective. So, have you decided what to do with the bird?
For now, I'll keep it in a cage until it can take care of itself because I want it to live, no matter what.
Well said, kids. It seems each of you has found your own answer. Your insight.
We will take good care of it. Won't we, brother?
Yeah, but
And what might that be?
what if this little Charmony dove, if there are fledglings in this world that can never... Should we let them go back to the sky? Only to see them crash to the ground?
Talking in your sleep, birdie? Huh? Need a hand?
I'm still alive?
Yeah. Happy about
Where is Robin? Tell me.
I knew that was going to be the first thing you'd ask. Don't worry, your sister is here, safe and sound. If I were you, I'd be more worried about myself. After all, right in front of you is the guy...
If you wanted to kill me, you wouldn't give me the chance to speak. Just tell me your demand.
So, you figured out who I am, huh? No wonder you had the guts to go against the Dream Master and the Four Family.
Choice.
You are aware of my plan and see through my act. Time is running out, so I'm suggesting we cooperate.
Cooperate? What makes you think I'd...
The fact that the famous Robin has chosen my side. Plus, some clues about a traitor, a bright...
I find it hard to believe a man who's full of deception.
Fine, you don't have to trust me. What you should... The sense of justice inside of you.
Show me Robin first.
All right, as you wish. Here she is.
Huh?
What's your trick this time?
Just kidding. I mean...
And the crew, too. There are too many people who you owe.
That'd be great. Please follow me, Honorable Oak family.
This is the monument I mentioned earlier. The name's inscribed on it.
Rosalina, and...
When Peniconia was known as a frontier prison, it was the Trailblazers who connected it with the stars. They were the heroes who saved Astana, and their names deserve... However, today, the planet of festivities is nothing but...
If their names are inscribed here, then that means...
According to Micah, they died long ago.
Rosalina was killed during the War of Independence. She ventured alone. Tiernan was a skilled gunslinger, strong and reliable. He led the people through countless battles. In the decade following the war, Peniconia faced challenges internal and external. To protect Astana, Tiernan took up the way of the Trailblaze and led the Lampmoth family to...
Though I had expected as much, the tales of these heroes truly are sorrowful.
true to the title of Trailblazer. They spent their lives venturing into the unknown. But
When Dreamflux Reef was created, its owner was still alive. However, he insisted on erecting a monument. Here we meet again. Everyone from the Astral Express.
Robin.
I promised to give the siblings some privacy, so let's talk about our business first.
That sounds sensible enough. Since you went through the trouble of gathering the family head, the crew, and the Stellar...
Oh? Is it that obvious?
The look on your face is practically screaming I'm the one behind all this.
You're right, Mr. Yang. It is... Siblings already know what they need to, and they've made their choice. But you, Nameless, arrived a bit... Before we begin, let me reintroduce myself. I'm the founder of Dreamflux Reef, the deputy as Gallagher, the history fictionologist. I humbly extend my greetings to you all.
History fictionologist? So what, everything you told us was made up?
Well, don't worry. Almost everything I shared was true. Well, except for the part about the
I double-checked with Micah, and everything he said about the family, the watchmaker, and Mikhail...
Thank you for your understanding. Now let's get down to business. I'm sure you're all wondering why I went through the trouble of setting up this battle for the... Well, it all boils down to something very familiar to all of you.
The Stellaron? But how is that possible? Peniconia is a free-flowing interstellar hub. There are no...
You're totally correct. So, care to take a guess at what that means? How keen. Well, what should I say? I expected nothing less from the person here. The sweet dream doesn't come out of thin air. If you think of the memory zone as the sea, to achieve this feat, without the help of an emanator of remembrance or enigmata, the only way is... And that's not something you can achieve with a simple wish. It requires vast quantities of knowledge, time, and manpower. I'm sure you get what I'm hinting. In Azdana, the planet of festivities itself is a stellar...
The planet of festivity?
It all started a long time ago. Back when the Watchmaker and his crew liberated the front, the Stellaron first entered the Azdana system during the war. The turning point came after Tiernan's death. With two of the Nameless gone, the Watchmaker had to go to the front. By the time a representative from the Montour system's family arrived at the Watchmaker's call, the Stellaron had already been...
And I suppose the family happened to possess the knowledge to seal the Stellaron?
Not just that. They knew far more about the Stellaron than the average person. They helped Mikhail swiftly quell the civil unrest, and those 3 eras were known as the Age of Dreaming. The Watchmaker, who had been left in the dark...
Then, how did they turn against each other?
Remember the island in the ocean metaphor? The truth is, the Stellaron was never truly sealed. It existed in a different form within the dreamscape. It's people's lives. The opulent dream is built upon the decay of spirits, with a toxic elixir, confusion, laziness, and cowardice. Weaknesses that plague humanity were magnified and nourished by the family. Peniconia became... Sadly, we realized this far too late. By then, the family had a firm grip on Peniconia. At my wit's end, I had to use the power of the enigmata, and sought refuge in this chaotic realm. Over dormancy. That's its real name. We exploited a loophole. You see, regular people can't...
So this is the true meaning of the impossible.
It's not just that. Above all, I wanted to see what happens when the major factions engage in a struggle for the legacy. Since this is the Watchmaker's first announcement...
So, the legacy is just a
If you want to consider the Stellaron as the legacy...
If that's the case, where...
That's a question for Mr. Wings. The Stellaron is still under the family's control, and as the head of the Oak family, I'm sure he... Are you done talking? So, will you tell us where the stuff...
It is the Peniconia Grand Theater. It's...
As I suspected, it's the embodiment of the family. The edifice that first materialized within the sweet dream.
As for the person who employed its power, it is in fact Mr. Gopherwood, the current Dream Master.
Well, that was easier than I thought. Did you conduct your own investigation?
Correct. When I was trying to track down the person...
Confronting me first turned out to be...
I didn't have other options. The Dream Master has been elusive, and even the heads of the families can hardly get an audience with. Moreover, Mr. Gopherwood has been kind to my sister and me.
What do you mean by that?
To be honest, my brother and I are also victims of the cancer of all worlds. We grew up as orphans, and were adopted by the family when they came to help. But I can't just stand by and watch Mr. Gopherwood become an enemy of the Harmony. I won't step on that stage and sing, no matter who the traitor is, or what orders they give me. I won't let the Charmony Festival become an event for the paradise in our dreams.
Indeed. For the paradise. As the head of the Oak family, I'm responsible for ensuring Peniconia's promising future. Robin and I will head into the sweet dream and I'll fight alongside you. We'll put the Charmony Festival on hold and make sure Mr. Gopherwood pays for his blood.
The enemies you are about to face aren't like this old dog here, who can barely even bark. Since our interests are aligned, why don't we team up? Maybe, just...
We have always been following in the footsteps of our nameless predecessors. And there's no reason to stop now.
Yeah, we Nameless won't back down from a challenge. Come on, don't crack jokes at such a serious moment.
Rest assured, sitting on the sidelines isn't in our nature. Mr. Sunday, Miss Robin...
Thank you, Mr. Yang.
Thank you all for...
The Charmony Festival is about to start. And time...
Everyone, let's gather over here. We still need to make some preparations. I may have been quick to step up to the plate, but...
Huh? Even you're saying that, Miss...
He's the leader of the families of Peniconia, and he has the entire power of the Harmony behind him. Not to mention the Stellaron in his possession.
Maybe you can just stay behind this time, Mr. Yang?
No, that won't do. Even if we count Robin as an ally, something felt off about Mr. Sunday just now. Although, I can't quite put my finger on it. You're still carrying the keepsake the IPC envoy gave you, right? May I... Huh. I knew it. As I suspected, this chip Aventurine gave to you is actually, if I'm right, he intends to use it to track your location or contact you when needed. As it so happens...
Aventurine? Is he still alive? And what does he have to do with...
Remember what I said earlier? Working with the IPC is a way to keep the family. If negotiations go south and the family show their true colors by going after the Stellaron, I'll use this transmitter to send a message to the IPC. The only question mark in all of this is Aventurine's current status. But the IPC is always listening, especially senior strategic investors.
Good luck to you, Welt.
Well, you take care too. If anything goes wrong, don't worry about me. Just...
Spoken like a true hero. Even if the Dream Master is innocent, the family's corruption runs deep.
Don't you have something else to tell us?
Why would you say so?
Before we departed, the conductor asked us to inquire about the three nameless in Peniconia. We've all, if I'm not mistaken.
It's not enough to say meet, but the answer is pretty obvious. I've been watching over you ever since I received a reply from the Astral Express. And I've seen the great effort you all put into linking different realms together across the cosmos. And now, after getting... Miss Himiko, were you the one who repaired the Express and got...
Yes.
And you two, young Nameless, you have very interesting...
What? Hey, you can't just make up titles like that.
You're full of energy. Please send my regards to the conductor, Pom Pom. Please, as for the last Nameless, he embarked, disembarked, and embarked again. Traveling in a great circle on his deathbed, he told me to find the Astral Express and deliver an invitation to the future Nameless. Come with me. Now is the time to reveal it.
Back here again.
Sometimes I feel like you're still alive, old friend. Like you've still got so much to say and do. I've kept my promise. Brought the future trailblazers you've waited so long for. I don't know why you were so obsessed with that train. But I remember. Don't let us down, old man.
What's happening?
Go ahead. His resting place lies in the garden up ahead. The first and last Nameless of Peniconia. Mikhail Char Legward, the Watchman.
Sure enough, the Watchmaker is the third Nameless. Even I could...
The legacy he left behind was a dream bubble. I believe inside that bubble, there's something that holds meaning only for the Nameless. After all, when I checked its contents, I found nothing inside. Maybe...
Well, let's...
Wait, seriously? How could a dream bubble...
That old man always had this strange belief in the Nameless and the Trailblaze. And I never understood, I could never figure out what was going on in that old man's head. But this empty dream bubble is so typical of him. That mischievous old man.
Don't think that's the case, Gallagher. I'm sure Mikhail has...
Don't start getting all philosophical on me.
Just as Mikhail believes in the Nameless of the future, we unconditionally believe in the Nameless of the past. How could they leave with regrets for the future when they were ready to dedicate their... There must be something contained in this dream bubble. It's just...
Well, I'm a follower of the Enigmata. My philosophy forbids me to have faith, and that's why I understand what faith means in the path of Trailblaze.
Can I borrow your pet? I need to make a trip back to Golden Hour and check something at the Dreamscape sales store. It's for Mikhail, and for...
Welcome to the Reverie Hotel. How may I help you?
Greetings. We're the Nameless from the Astral Express.
The Astral Express?
Yes, my companion's already checked in. My name is Dan Hung, and
I see, but your companion said you wouldn't be coming due to a change of plans.
Now the plans have changed.
And you are...
Me? I'm Pom Pom.
he's my fellow trailblazer. We responded to the family.
Oh, I see. Another one of the Nameless had a similar situation. Seems like a lot of people are joining the Trailblaze these days. Since there's a precedent, it shouldn't be a problem. Just give me a second to contact... I'm sorry, dear guests, but it seems I'm unable to reach the other members of the Astral...
What do you mean by...
My apologies. This is the first time I've encountered a situation like this. However...
How about this? Give me their room number, and we'll go check up.
I'm afraid that's not possible. I need to verify both of your identities before I can share any guest information.
How about you just wake up someone? Let's say...
I'm sorry, but there are strict rules regarding forced awakening. It cannot be done.
So nothing works, huh? What's your solution then? Are you saying we sleep here? At the reception?
Please be patient. We need to contact your companions in order to confirm your identities.
And now it seems you need to confirm our identities before you can contact our companions.
It seems...
Oh, fudge! Look, nothing personal, but if you can't handle it...
Please calm down, dear guests. I do recall that Mr. Sunday, the Oak family head, personally handled this issue earlier.
I don't think she's trying to give us a hard time. She really just doesn't know what...
I have a bad feeling about this. You tried to contact them on the express...
Something doesn't seem right. I need to leave for a moment.
Sure thing. Don Hung seems pretty worried about his companions. I should give him some space. Stressing out about it won't help anything.